I want to know how you got Wayne
That's
Chisholm
really ultimately all we want to know.
and David Koechner, Champ from Anchorman, and Haley Williams from Paramore. Like, how did you guys get them to hop on this thing?
That video, I think that video took 6 months to put together.
I mean, that sounds right. It had skydiving and flaming arrows into music and audio equipment.
We partnered with a guy named Scott Murphy very early on, and he had a company that he was building called Badland Pictures is the name of it. He's actually out in California now. He's big time. He's Hollywood
really
Murphy.
Really talented filmmaker.
I mean, Scott would just go on the road with us. He had some friends that would kind of join in and go on the road with us. Matt Dearman was a guy that was in their company, and they just had big, crazy, symmetrical visions or symmetrical aspirations of creating kind of ridiculousness that we did. That idea of the Baby We Were Young video that was their video idea. And Justin Hoskins in our band was also really, pivotal in putting all that together. And so Justin works really closely with them on kind of lining up a lot of the different scenes. But yeah, stuff like David Koechner.
Why don't you dirty boys do the following? Destroy a bunch of your equipment, and then for the grand finale, take a flaming arrow, draw it back on the bow, and let it go into an amp. Challenge.
I mean, we literally were playing like the morning show on, like Fox 43 in Nashville. And it was like Koechner was at Zany's that night, and he was in there doing his morning spot for his comedy show. And we just walked up to him. We were just like, "Hey man, you want to do something awesome?" And he was just like, "Sure, let's try something awesome. What are you talking about?" A friend of mine was a roadie with the band Paramore, and worked with them for like 5 years in his early 20s. And
you literally threw up everything against the wall, and you're like, "Let's just try it. Let's just see what they say."
Oh, yeah.
Let's just. What are they going to say? No. Let's just see.
It was ridiculous. The Bristol Motor Speedway. So we drove our van. On Bristol Motor, which is ridiculous.
That's right. That's crazy.
It's ridiculous. That's actually the most ridiculous thing for people that are like NASCAR fans. It's literally like they're like you met like the Pope, or like you met like the president, like you met Mick Jagger, when you drove on that. Like you don't even realize you drove on the freaking Bristol Motor Speedway. And that all happened because we played a lot of late night shows at Capone's in Johnson City, and this guy that would come to those shows, he worked for Bristol Motor Speedway. But yeah, that's we threw it all on the wall.
How did you get to avoid being one of the ones that had to be dunked on by Wayne Chism?
I was out of town that day. The day when Chism was available, I was out of town.
I was watching that video earlier today, and I was like, God, poor Hoskins, man. He just had to deal with Chism just relentlessly dunking on him.
Hoskins is just one of the whitest guys in the world. Just kidding.
He's the man.
Sandwich stuff down his face.
I believe if you go back, so we have 3 redheads in our band, which is a super rare phenomenon, to have 3. We were three of 6 of our band. Let's put our 3 white redheaded guys on the court with them and see what happens. And so, there's some deep symbolism here going on, about athleticism. And it was almost like, what's the funniest scene? Like, put the 3 really.
Yeah. Man, obviously Kent and I both are huge UT fans and huge Chism fans. That was one of the things that we just were like, gosh, these guys must be the biggest deal. They know Wayne Chism.
He's the man. He's the man.
Oh, man.
From the same fabric. He liked ridiculousness.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You guys too. You guys do as well. I mean, you guys are, y'all like.
We like a spectacle. We like a good spectacle.
With the best of them.